Okay, so have you ever felt that learning a language, becoming fluent, feels less like exploring and more like just another chore on your list?
Yeah, like an endless to-do list.
Exactly. Well, today we're doing a really unique deep dive into a pretty compelling idea. What if English wasn't this separate thing you study, but it was woven right into the fabric of your day?
Mm,
The sources we're looking at, they lay out this really practical, immersive way to do it.
right.
So our mission really is to figure out how every little moment, the mundane stuff, can actually become a chance for consistent English practice, turning routines into language habits.
And what's fascinating here, I think, is that it's not about sitting down for study sessions in the traditional sense.
Oh.
It's much more about living the language.
Yeah.
The sources even call it a kind of choose-your-own-adventure for daily fluency.
I like that. Choose your own adventure.
Yeah. And it really boils down to two main things. First, what they call daily English learning by describing daily activities,
Yeah.
narrating your life. And second, just as important, is English acquisition through consistent listening.
Ah, the listening part.
Exactly. And this idea of weaving it through your whole day,
Right.
the sources say it's perfect for language learning while listening.
Mm.
It makes it all feel much more, well, organic.
Organic, yeah. And this whole journey, this integration, it can kick off the very second your alarm goes off in the morning.
Right at the start.
You wake up, and the source material poses this interesting question. Instead of reaching for your phone, scrolling social media, what if the first thing you did was engage with English, like a podcast or an audiobook you picked out beforehand?
Hmm.
Just imagine it's, say, 7 or a.m. You're opening your eyes, and there's this, I don't know, calm British voice or maybe an energetic American one just filling the room.
Yeah,
And the brilliant part is you're not actively trying to study, you're just listening. It's pure auditory immersion.
precisely. And that quiet time, before the day really gets going, it's so valuable.
It really is.
It's about letting English sort of seep into your brain. This approach taps right into your capacity for implicit learning. You're picking up rhythms, intonation, common phrases, all without really trying.
Like building a foundation almost.
Exactly. Scaffolding for when you do actively engage later.
So, okay, from the bed, you head to the bathroom. And this space, it's not just for, getting clean. It's another language playground.
Yeah.
As you're brushing your teeth, washing your face, can you narrate it? But maybe go beyond just, I am brushing my teeth.
Right, add some detail.
Yeah. Think about the senses, like, this minty toothpaste feels cool, or I'm using cold water, really wakes me up. Simple, right? But it pushes you to use more descriptive words.
It does. It moves you from basic verbs into richer language.
Yeah.
The water is bracing, maybe,
Yeah,
things like that.
exactly. Then, you wander into the kitchen. Breakfast time.
Coffee time for me.
Huh, definitely. Whether it's coffee, tea, cereal, every action is a potential sentence. I'm grinding the beans now. The kettle's boiling. Pouring the milk.
You're consciously linking the action with the words.
Yes, strengthening those neural pathways.
And while you're actually eating, that breakfast moment, it's another prime time for that listening practice we mentioned.
Okay, how so?
Well, you could put on a short English news update or maybe a quick podcast segment, even an English cartoon if that's your thing.
A cartoon. Interesting.
Yeah, even just say 5 or 10 minutes of that passive listening. It really bumps up your exposure to natural spoken English, helps you internalize the flow.
Gotcha. So small, consistent doses of sound.
Exactly.
All right, breakfast is done. Time to get ready for the day. And this is where I think it gets really interesting because the language starts to build.
How do you mean?
Well, describing clothes. Don't just say, I'm putting on a blue shirt. Maybe you compare things. This shirt's more comfortable than the other one. Or these shoes are less formal.
Oh, okay. Adding complexity.
Yeah. Your shoes, your coat. The sources compare it to building your English wardrobe one word at a time, adding layers.
That's a nice analogy. And then you head out. Or maybe you just head to your home office these days.
Right.
But the language opportunities, they just keep going.
Hmm.
If you're actually at work, maybe you mentally translate phrases you hear or use often,
Mm.
or listen for key English bits in meetings. And hey, if you feel up to it, maybe offer a simple sentence yourself.
Good point. And for remote workers.
But even easier, in a way. You could have an English radio station just playing softly in the background. Make that listening a natural part of your workday soundscape.
Just constant low-level immersion.
You got it.
Okay, fast forward to midday, lunch break. Whether you're ordering food out or making something at home, the English continues. How can we level that up?
Well, if you're ordering, try being specific.
Yeah.
Like, I'll have the salad, but could I get the dressing on the side? Practice those modifications.
Good one. Or at home.
Think about sequencing. First, I washed the lettuce, then I added the chicken, and finally a sprinkle of nuts, using those connector words.
Right, building more complex sentences naturally.
Exactly. And the afternoon, the sources suggest, is actually a great slot for maybe a bit more focused practice.
Ah, like dedicated time.
Yeah, maybe just 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Use an English learning app, drill some vocab, or perhaps read a chapter of an English book. Something a bit more concentrated.
Makes sense. Break up the passive stuff with some active focus.
Precisely.
Then, the end of the workday. That transition back home, you walk in, maybe flop on the sofa.
We've all been there.
Totally. And screen time. This is huge for language learning, right? An English TV show, a movie.
Absolutely. But the key, I think, is not stressing about understanding every single word.
Oh, definitely not.
Focus on the gist, the emotions, the visuals. Let the context help you. You'd be amazed how much you actually absorb that way.
Yeah, your brain just picks it up.
And then maybe you're making dinner.
Yeah.
Narrate again. I'm chopping the onions now. The soup's starting to simmer.
Even washing dishes afterward.
Yes. Perfect chance. First, I rinse the plates. Then I scrub them. Keep describing the steps.
Okay, so the evening's winding down. What else? Maybe read a book.
Preferably an English one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or chat with family or friends, especially if they're learning too. That's gold.
Shared practice. Nice.
Or maybe go for an evening walk, put on another English podcast.
Yeah.
Or even just listen to some English songs. Great for pronunciation and picking up new words.
Songs are good for rhythm, too.
Definitely. And then the final step, brushing your teeth again. And as you're getting into bed, just take a moment. Reflect.
Reflect on the English of the day.
Yeah. Like, what new word did I hear? Or what phrase did I actually try to use?
Yeah.
Connecting it all back. This whole integrated approach, the sources call it your daily English recipe.
Huh. I like that. Recipe.
It really is a blueprint, for weaving English into every single part of your day, using both that narration, the describing, and the listening.
It really is an amazing journey we've kind of walked through, mapping out this English-infused day. From waking up, brushing teeth, breakfast, work, lunch, TV dinner, right up to bed. It's way more than just a list of activities. It's a whole framework.
It really is.
It shows that language learning isn't just about memorizing verbs. It's a way to live.
Absolutely. And it's so important to remember, learning any language, it takes time. It's a marathon, not a sprint, right?
Definitely.
So you need to be patient with yourself, Celebrate the small wins, err a little step forward. And honestly, most importantly, have fun with it.
Yeah, the fun part is crucial.
If you enjoy it, it just becomes part of you much more naturally.
That makes sense. Okay, so this brings up a final thought, a question for you, our listener. We've talked about a lot of examples today, mornings, meals, work, evenings. But think about your specific daily routine. Is there one activity, something maybe unique to you that we didn't mention? It could be anything, your commute, walking the dog, waiting in line somewhere.
Right, something personal.
Exactly. How could you take that specific moment and creatively turn it into a new chance for English practice? Maybe by describing it in more detail to yourself or finding a way to weave in some listening. Think beyond the examples we gave. Get creative with your own life.